And we're back to learning CSS. Let me show you how you can create this typical cover image website. So we want to place an image in the background of our website. We've got our project folder and I've added a photography image here. It's a JPEG. It's in our IMG folder. And to edit, we can simply target the HTML directly. So we use the HTML selector. We'll define a background with the URL. I'll leave that empty for now. We don't want to have a repeat, so no minus repeat. Put it in center, make it fixed. And we'll set the background minus size to cover. And this is usually all that's needed. Obviously, we now have to add our URL. Let me get back to the folder. I know that it's IMG, but just to show this, IMG, it's in relation the position to the index. So img/photography.jpg. This should find the photography image. And it's responsive, so it fits our browser window perfectly. Let me set the color to white for the text. It's still there, so it's placed on top of the image. You can see how this image gets resized as our browser window gets resized due to what we've set up here in the HTML. And that's all there is. So if you want to set up a website having this cover image, it is the easiest way to do it, at least the easiest way that I know. And let's say we would want to add our text somewhat in center. I don't know, let's assume this is a website for a photography service. To do that, I would add a div container, give it a class that we can then select in our CSS. Let me just say that this is my photography website, so I make it micro big photography. This is going to be an H2. And then I add a paragraph. That's usually the way it's done. What can we make it? Maybe like social media photography, something like this. It's now going to appear below the H1 in the paragraph that I've added for our tutorial video. And we want this to be in center. This is where we set up the class main_text. First up, we'll simply align it to center. Not a bad idea to make it a little bit bigger. I use a font size of 50. And now let me cut out the color white here so that we don't see the top part that prominently anymore. We don't need it for our website anyway. What's usually added is then a contact button, hire me, something like this. I don't want to waste too much time on styling buttons. I've already made a video about that. You will find that in my CSS playlist. But you could simply select this and then, for example, make it a bit bigger using font size again, maybe 30 pixels. Different background color would be nice and a little bit of a padding. And this is usually how all of that is done. We can add one more effect to position the text fully in center. To do that, we would set the position to absolute. Then adjust top and left to 50%. And additionally, we'll have to use a transform to make sure that it's always in center. We use translate and then set the base to -50% for each. And this should ensure that this text or our div container is always in center. As I've said, if this would be a website project, you would want to get rid of the h1 and the paragraph below that I've added here just for my tutorial video. And then you have this typical website with an image cover. I hope this video was helpful, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.